Hi everyone, welcome. This is your online therapist Esther Juma. We are going to talk about high self-esteem today, and I'm glad to be with you this morning. And this is the Christmas season, and I wish all of you a good time. Enjoy your holidays, and even as you are enjoying your holidays, take time to watch this video. Today we are talking about high self-esteem. For those who didn't watch my last video, please go back and watch my video on what self-esteem is and how to improve it. And as I said, it's not one's mistake that they have a low self-esteem. Our self-esteem comes from our surroundings, our environment, how we were raised, our significant others, people around us. And it's found mostly during our childhood. But again, as we do life, things can happen that can change our self-esteem. Our self-esteem can be tampered with due to life challenges and experiences, and some of the successes that we could be having in life, and some what the environment brings to us. When I talk about what the environment brings to us, some of the things that people around us tell us, some feedback that we get, some experiences that we go through, all that shapes our self-esteem. So feel very welcome. What's high self-esteem, or what we call positive um, self-esteem or healthy self-esteem? So when a person believes in their worth, they believe they are worthy, they like their personality, and they believe that the task that they would want to take, they able to accomplish, then we'll say this person has a high self-esteem. A person with high self-esteem believes they are worthy, they value themselves, they respect themselves, and they believe that they are bringing something into this world, positive things into this world. A person that likes their personality and believes that the task they put their mind in, they'll be able to accomplish, that's a person that has high self-esteem. While a person who has the belief that they have so many flaws and can't do anything right has low self-esteem. And they have the autonomy to be able to do things on their own. When you talk about the autonomy, just being independent, being able to make decisions without having to consult all the time. So when somebody has a low self-esteem, making decisions becomes a problem. But this person who has a high self-esteem is able to be autonomous, is able to make decisions by themselves. A person with high self-esteem is aware that they have weaknesses, but they also have strengths too, and there are things they can be able to do. Being authentic is also another sign of high self-esteem. When we talk about being authentic, being yourself, you don't have to change anything for you to please people. You just have to be you, just being you, knowing who you are and being you. So being authentic. Authentic means your true self. So being your true self means you have high self-esteem. What are some signs that you have a healthy self-esteem? When you live your life as a whole person and you know you're unique and you allow yourselves to be you, then you have high self-esteem. Taking care of yourselves and putting your needs first before pleasing others, because some people would just want to please others without really taking care of yourself. So if you have a healthy self-esteem, you will take care of your needs. You don't have to please anyone. So people who have a high self-esteem don't fear uh, telling people what they believe is right. So are you this person who is able to say, this is what I believe in? I'm not comfortable with what you are telling me. Because there are people, even if they are not comfortable, they'll keep quiet. They'll not say it. So they die from inside. And that's where assertiveness comes in. So a person who is assertive is also a person who has a high self-esteem. So what does it mean to be assertive? Assertive is standing up for your rights, saying what you feel, what you think, without the fear of putting people off. But it's important that you don't put people down. So there are people who are not assertive, and whenever they are told to do something, they do it even if they feel it's not something they are supposed to be doing, just because they are not able to say no. So it's really important to learn to say no, and for people who are able to say no to things that they don't want to do or things they are not comfortable doing, those are the people that we say are assertive. So that's another sign of high self-esteem. There are people who compare themselves to others. Are we able just to lead our lives without comparing our lives to other people? If you're able to lead life without comparing yourself to others, then that means you have a high self-esteem. When somebody compares their lives to other people, then we imagine they are leading better lives than yours, which could be very stressful. So lead your life without comparing your lives to other people. Like what we see on social media. Social media brings a lot of stress and depression to people because what we show online is not usually the life that we are leading. So people fake it, and when others see the fake lives that they are showing on social media, some people get stressed and they imagine their life is not good and they see the other people's lives as almost perfect. So let's not compare our lives with the other people's lives. So what we see on the outside might not be what's in the inside. You could see somebody who looks really good on the outside, but in the inside they are dying. On the inside they could be having very low self-esteem. And so this affects you, and you are not able to be comfortable, to be happy, just because you are comparing your life to others. So let's just lead our lives. And a person who is not comparing their lives to other people, this is a person who has high self-esteem. Another very important sign that one has high self-esteem is a person who is able to spend their life, to spend time alone. Are you able to spend time alone, or if you're alone, you feel stressed, you feel uneasy? If you're comfortable in your own space, then that's a person who has high self-esteem. There are people who would even go to a restaurant alone and have their lunch and not feel guilty about it. Those are people who have very high self-esteem. Another sign of high self-esteem is being able to take responsibility of your failures and your actions without blaming others and circumstances. An example could be if I'm late for work, and my reason for being late for work is because I woke up late, I did not wake up early as intended, then I need not to look for excuses for reaching work late. The reason I work late is because I did not wake up on time, and so I need to take responsibility. I could say things like, I take responsibility for arriving here late. Had I woken up on time, then I would have arrived on time. A person who takes responsibility for their actions without blaming other people, without blaming their circumstances, is a person who has high self-esteem. People with high self-esteem are also open to change. They're able to change what they don't like in their lives. And it's also important that you believe that you're worthy. A person who believes they are worthy, they have value, they have a right to live. Believing that you're worthy of the good things in life, good health, a good job, financial abundance, freedom, all those things that a good life would offer. If you believe you're worthy of that, then you have high self-esteem. And that's where we would want everyone to be. Self-esteem keeps changing. You could be a person who has high self-esteem and things happen in life, maybe loss of a loved one, loss of a job, maybe loss of a house or a home, so that you end up being homeless. Any a negative circumstance in your life can really reduce your self-esteem. So once you realize that your self-esteem has been tampered with, then it's important to work on it. Remember, we've said People with high self-esteem are open to change. So there are certain changes that you can make in your life so that you regain your self-esteem back. So a high self-esteem is what we really want people to have. People with high self-esteem lead very healthy lives because they are able to say no, they're able to say do all these things that I've mentioned, and even some that have not been mentioned in this video. People with low self-esteem are used to being mistreated. They don't say no, so they just die from inside. We don't want this to happen to people. So wherever you are right now, this Christmas season, this beautiful season that we have, look into your life. How is your self-esteem like? Is it something that you'd want to work on? Do you feel you have a high or a low self-esteem? Depending on the self-esteem that you have. If you feel you have a low self-esteem, then you need to work on it. Seeing a therapist is one way of just being supported to change, to improve a low self-esteem to a high one. So if you feel you don't have a high self-esteem, if you feel you really struggle with certain things, you are being mistreated, you are being bullied, you are never able to stand for yourself, you feel sometimes to compare yourself to other people, you feel worthless, then it's important that you talk to someone. You can talk to a therapist, you can talk to somebody you trust. You can start saying positive things to yourself. Sometimes somebody can stand in front of a mirror and just say positive things to themselves. It might be very uncomfortable, but with time you might get used to it. Say things that I'm worthy, I deserve the best things life can offer. Sometimes just treating yourself, it's not being selfish. Sometimes doing good things to yourself, making a good meal for yourself, going to your favorite restaurant, just sitting there and having coffee, having positive conversations at people close to you, setting boundaries for yourself so that, and let them be healthy boundaries so that people don't step on you. When I say stepping on you, I hope you know what this means. Not allow people to not allowing people to mistreat you, because once the self-esteem goes down, somebody will just be there, people will be doing really crazy things to them, mistreating them, and they would just allow it. They would cry in silence, they would complain in their own space, but they're not able to tell this person, I'm not comfortable with what you are doing to my life. So thanks so much everyone for watching. For those who've been watching from beginning to end, I really appreciate. So if you'd want to maybe talk to a therapist, I'm a counseling psychologist, I can be of support. You can email me, I'll put the email on the description. And you can also write in the comment section below what you think about this video. Thanks very much for listening, and see you in the next video.